at Sandhill Crane Vineyards, Mason Birch. Mason, welcome back to JTV.
Yeah, thanks for having me back. It's always a fun time.
So what's hot weather like at Sandhill Crane Vineyards?
The good news is the inside of the building is cool. So the hot weather brings a lot of people still. It's a really fantastic place to really beat the heat just because we do also have the covered deck, and then we've got wine slushies.
So, the wine slushies.
Yeah, really fantastic way to stay cool but also enjoy some Sandhill wine. So right now we've got till the end of the month we have a strawberry acoustic, a pina colada with our lake days, and then a blueberry Sauvignon Blanc. But at the start of next month in July, I'll be rolling out 3 new flavors. I'll be doing a blueberry blue skies. I'll also be doing a raspberry vignole and a peach Riesling.
Oh, they sound refreshing. And
Yes.
Are they all served in the Mason Birch jars?
Yes, they are.
Yes. That Mason spelled with an O.
Not as cool.
Right, not as cool. And you do still have the sangria with the fruit and the...
We aren't doing the regular sangrias anymore, but we will be potentially doing like a sangria bar at some point throughout the summer. I know we've done a few here and there, and those are a lot of fun. But in terms of just like a regular sangria, we don't have any available.
Slushies, I would say they would beat a sangria any day.
Any day, for sure.
Especially in this weather.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, you've got tons of events going on. What's up next?
So the next big one, or the next one we've got is we're doing live music Fridays. So just kind of every Friday night, all summer long, from 6 to 9. This Friday, we're going to be having Pinter Whitnick out. They've been out a handful of times at Sandhill Crane, and they are always phenomenal. A ton of fun. So if you don't have any plans on Friday night, sounds like you need to come out to the winery. And then Sunday, we will be having our drag brunch. So we're going to have the drag performers come in, and then Kitchen Little is going to be putting on a brunch buffet. And what Sandhill is also doing is we're going to be doing a slushy special for that brunch as well. And $5 from every slushie sold is going to go directly to Jackson Pride.
All right, it's Pride Month.
Yep.
So you do this is it a regular feature or just?
We usually do the drag brunches about twice a year, one in June, and then I think one like in the winter. But yeah, we've been doing the drag brunches and different just drag shows, drag bingos as a regular feature for quite some time now.
All right, and is that Saturday or Sunday?
Sunday.
Sunday, and do you know what the menu is?
Yes, so it's going to be blueberry muffins, fluffy French toast. There's going to be a parfait option. There's going to be a light salad. There's going to be like a fruit bowl, coffee, tea, just kind of standard French items. Oh, and bacon and roasted potatoes. Sorry.
Oh, okay, there.
Yep.
That seals the deal.
Exactly. Yeah.
4th of July. Can you believe this is next week?
I cannot. No, it feels like the beginning of the year went by real slow, and then after that, it's just been steamrolling by.
So you'll be celebrating the 4th. Well, you and everyone at Sandhill Crane Vineyards.
Yes. Yep. We are having Victor and the Good Vibes out, and we're just going to have a really fantastic day.
And do you need reservations for this, or just show up?
Just show up. We've got plenty of outdoor seating, plenty of indoor seating, and everything like that. The music, weather bearing is going to be held outside. So, but yep, first come, first serve. Just show up, have a good time.
And I see Ben's Island grinds on the graphics, so they'll be helping with the food.
Yes, yep, and they're like Hawaiian-inspired food. We've had them out a couple times as well, and they're also really fantastic. So we'll have a little bit of something. Kitchen Little's still going to have some of their regular items, and then if you want more of that kind of Hawaiian, fun, festive food, we're going to have that through Ben Island's Grinds.
Well, I'm anxious to see. I've seen them around, but I've never had anything from Ben's Island Grinds. And are they from like the Tecumseh area?
I believe so, but don't quote me on that.
I think they seem to do a lot of events down that way.
Yeah.
So chance to check them out.
Yeah.
All right, then we've got Jazz and Mead. Now you're the tasting room manager, so can you explain mead?
Yes, so mead is any alcohol that is fermented with honey. And so we do have a handful of meads that we offer at Sandhill Crane Vineyards. So the Blue Skies is a blueberry mead. So it's not as thick as some meads get. It is going to still drink like a wine. Obviously very blueberry forward, nice and sweet, really perfect for like a hot July day. and just a staple that we have. The other one we've got is our Femme d'Or, which is a pear mead, and that's actually going to be the wine of the month for July as well. So all July long, you get 10% off of bottles of our Femme d'Or. But yeah, anything fermented with honey is classified as a mead.
Can you taste the honey in it?
You can. More so with the Femme d'Or than with the Blue Skies, but you do get those notes of honey. So it's really just a fantastic wine or just mead to enjoy chilled and on a hot summer day.
Is it like a little thicker than wine?
Not with ours. Some meads can definitely be a little bit thicker, but both of our meads do still drink like wine.
All right, Blue Skies, is that a mead?
That is a mead.
Okay.
Yep.
Blueberry mead.
Blueberry mead. Yep. And so that's going to be returning. We're currently sold out, so it'll be returning during the Jazz and Mead Festival. And then we still do have the Femme d'Or as well.
Do you drink it cold?
I recommend drinking it cold for sure.
On ice? Would you put it on ice?
I personally wouldn't put it on ice, but it would be good on ice for sure.
All right, wine on ice. It's just not. But you know, like sangria, that's on ice.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about music. You mentioned Vic. We've got Pinter Whitnick, but you've got a whole summer series that kicks off later in July.
Yes. So we've got Dude and the Flanman Band coming July 19th, and then in August we've got Kay Harper Band, and then September we've got the Chris Canis Band. And so we're trying to do more of like the bigger bands and that we haven't really been able to do previously in the. So we still kind of have our traditional late night Fridays, but now we're upping it to having more like really entertaining big bands. And we've had the Chris Canis Band out a handful of times, and they are always phenomenal. So I'm super excited to see them and all of the other talent that just, happens to perform there too.
Where do they set up?
We try to keep them outdoors as much as we can. So we do have some pretty good space on our front deck. So if it's a smaller band, we can have them kind of tucked off in the corner in front of the tasting room. We did just have Maggie and the Meltdowns though for our Summer Solstice Festival, and they were a little bit larger of a band, so they had to set up on the opposite side of the deck, but still covered. You can still get a great view of them. And it was an all right way to kind of beat the heat for them, but it was still a little warm. But we do try to keep them outside just because we have more seating out there.
Other festivals coming up this summer include Salute to Raspberries.
Yeah, we always do our Raspberry Festival, and so that's when we'll try to release some more of our like raspberry wines. So we have a raspberry dessert wine, we've got a raspberry rosé, and we also have a Rhapsody in Red, which is a red blend with some of the raspberry dessert wine in it. And then we always have some raspberry themed desserts to go along with everything.
All right. Who in their right mind would have a wool festival in July?
Well, thankfully, you don't have to wear the wool in order to knit it. So you can still stay cool while, purchasing everything and crafting anything. So there's a lot of other art that you can do with wool that doesn't have to be clothes too. So it does work out pretty well.
And you're going to do some pretty cool things. And you're right. I think you guys do a big wool thing in the winter, but it's summer as well.
Yep.
And I see on the list of things as part of the Wine and Wool Festival, goat yoga. That's new.
Yes, so we've had goat yoga out once before. We hold it down in the meadow in front of some of our vines, and so we'll be doing that again. It's just, who doesn't love goats? And yoga is so relaxing, so it's a ton of fun. Unfortunately, our goats are a little too big to participate in that, but once you're done with the goat yoga, you can also visit the 4 that we have on site too, and don't make them feel too left out.
How does goat yoga work?
The instructor just leads a regular yoga class, and the goats just kind of wander around, and if they happen to wander by you, you can pet them, but it's not quite like the goats leading the yoga. They're not very good at it.
I pictured you lay on your stomach, and the goats will walk on your back, kind of like, kind of giving you a little massage.
Yeah, they might jump on your back, and that's why they use the baby goats, so it's not as heavy. So they might. It could be like a twofer in that scenario.
All right, and also crafts and other vendors and more fun for Wine and Wool.
Yep.
But wait, there's more. Are you doing running through the vines this year?
Yes, yep, I ran it last year.
I
ran it last year.
And it was like you won.
I placed 3rd in my age group.
Well, that's winning. You made it to the podium.
Yes.
Right.
Yep. I was
Okay.
on the podium at least.
So that's a win.
Yep.
And that because you never ran before. You're not a runner.
I've never ran that was my first time ever running the run vines, but I do just kind of run myself. I actually just was at Binder Park Zoo last Saturday for their 5K.
Oh, cool.
So I do run, and this will be my second time running through the Vines Trail, which is a really fantastic course. It's probably one of the favorites that I've ever ran. It's a little challenging towards the end because you're coming up that hill on Walls Road, but it really makes you earn the wine in the end.
Yeah. And that is a very popular race. There are, I think, as many as 2,000 people at.
Yeah, it is an unbelievably massive event. Having both ran it and worked it last year, we are closed to the public that day. So if you do want to get some Sandhill wine on, I believe it's August 9th, you're just gonna have to sign up and come and run with me.
Awesome. Well, you don't really need a reason to come to Sandhill Crane Vineyards, but you've got a lot of them.
Exactly. Yeah, especially during the summer, we just like to have a lot of events happening and a lot for people to do.
Awesome. And be sure and stop in and see Mason in the tasting room.
Yep.
What little, I guess, salty snacks do you have, or do you do salty snacks between wines? How do you keep from, blending the wines when you're tasting?
Yeah, really good palate cleansers, just water, and then we also have the San Pellegrino, which the bubbles from the San Pellegrino really helps cleanse your palate. And then we've got a different variety of salty snacks, both through Kitchen Little, and then it's their snacks, but we have them ready on the bar as well. We've got dilled cashews, our classic rosemary almonds that everybody loves, and then sweet and spicy nuts as well. And so some of them just kind of pair better with certain wines, but yeah, anything salty, but really just drinking water, especially sparkling water, best way to cleanse your palate.
Awesome. Thanks for coming in today, Mason.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
You bet. A lot going on at Sandhill Crane Vineyards, thanks to the tasting room lead at Sandhill Crane, Mason Birch.